Come on for the walk. Come on. Hey. Yeah. Get your chair. Get your mat. Line up. If you walk the wall, the wall. Yeah. Did I say get your chair? Ha ha. Yeah. Jump on your bike. Start your treadmill. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Finger snapping day. Oh yeah. Better believe it. Ha ha. Whoo. Yeah. Yeah. Walk today. Ha ha. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure. Yeah. Come on, y'all. I'm walking on. Trying to save my feet and toes. I said I'm walking now. Trying to save my feet and toes. Cause if I stop walking now, they'll cut me up until I'm just a nose. Ha ha ha, yeah. Great mind is, let's get this party started, right, honey? I know y'all have to do all those things for the festival. Something happened where everything became holy. well, nothing African American is holy, but like the Kwanzaa festival. Oh, they did throw a holy on Martin Luther King. Because he was a famous cult leader, so I guess they had to throw holy on there. Take that off then. Yes! Thanks for coming for the walk, y'all. You know, you never really know what's like deep inside you. Like how big or important it is. Like, I tell y'all, when I signed that contract to have me ashes and on a plane to Ghana within 24 hours, my blood pressure went all the way down. All the way down. All the way down. It was like a huge weight that I didn't even know was there. I kind of know it's there, but, you know. Happy, happy, happy. Yes. So now we'll be roller skating and taking care of this good matter until the matter said, Vicki, I gave out. Now I say, let's just sit down somewhere. Let the other ancestors' energy get here. Enough time. Everybody latch onto that box with my ashes. And let's get out of here. Off this rock. Off this penal colony. Ooh. I had such fears, y'all. I said, oh man. Oh yeah, and another little bit, I'm going to be happier when I get my tattoo, DNR. But I have to, and send to Listen, Geese funeral parlor. ASAP. Do not touch ship. No. You ain't never wanted to save me. Because if you wanted to save me, you wouldn't be giving me speed rack medicine and all that kind of sub thing. And if you ain't got the money, you can't get that. And y'all said it's better for y'all. I remember they used to drag us out to the parking lot. Yes, right at the hospital, honey. To the parking lot. Yes. in the day, I mean, they probably all dead now because of Corona. But, yes, you had a job. You was dragged to the parking lot. But see, I know. I told you I did medical coding and billing. I worked in doctor's offices. I volunteered at the Veterans Hospital. 15. And I did that until I got my job at 16, and then I started taking nursing classes so I can be at the hospital. And I've seen how they treat old people. And it is my fear. Experiment, especially African Americans. They're like, well, who is really going to come and say anything to us? Who, they see her laying there suffering. They don't know when I took her whole spleen and everything else out. She ain't going to tell them, and they ain't never going to find out. No. No. My body's been too good for me to be treated like that. Oh, I can see them stomping me, spitting on me. My body has been too good for me and to me. 66 on Sunday. 2 medications. Very minimal contact with those hypocrites' oath. Those folks who take the hypocrites' oath. Claim to heal on one side and poison and kill on the other. Whew. As soon as I feel so much better. So I'm doing that next year. I'll probably do it on the cult leader's birthday, Martin Luther King. And I'll probably do it then. Do not resuscitate. I used to be scared of that. I used to be scared of that. Because I was poisoned that I only had 2 options. And that's why our energy keeps coming back here again and again. Oh, I cried. My mother said I cried for 5 years. If those sisters will ever remember when we was a child together, they could say, yeah, cried for 5 years. Now it seems like my energy was saying, not again, I can't do this again. And then for me, I was like, you ain't doing it again, I'm voting. I'm making strides. I'm writing. I'm holding myself as a good example for these Africans in America. Yes. And now, I can say like they're saying, nope, didn't change nothing. Didn't do nothing. Did not do nothing. They had a fear of being hung. I got a fear of being dragged out the car and shot. Didn't change nothing. Nothing. They thought they would live longer with health care. And I found out that we are only experimental. Any healing that happens with us, it happens from within us. Not from the people that take the hypocrite's oath. So, that was a big fear. I seen how they treat us. Unless you doling out them big bucks, and they really don't care about them there, they just care about keeping the money coming. And then, knowing that I do medical billing and coding, my biggest fear was that they would jump in on me to get all they can out of Medicare. I don't got state now, so I can take a deep breath. Because they love, them people that took the hypocrites oath, they love coming after old people that got state. And Medicare together, we dying, so we got a lot of shit gonna be going wrong. Separation of matter and energy. Matter wears down. But you ain't got to make a buck and give me more pain than I've ever thought possible while you do it. So you can fleece Medicare and Medicaid. So after I get my do not resuscitate, this is next year's plans. After I get my tattoo, do not resuscitate, and sent to Lester Gee's funeral home. He says home. And I feel more relaxed. And I'll be losing more weight because by the time it's time for me to go back to the doctor, I want to be off this high blood pressure medication. And I don't want to have anything to do with them. And, like I said, I want to be 30 pounds lighter. That's my goal. That's why I'm continuing to skate and do everything. I'm getting rid of this. But no. I don't want to pay for them to experiment on me. I figure if you experiment, it should be damn free. Yes! So when I got penalized and tortured and something, I told y'all, when I received that Medicare book and I read through it, the first thing I saw was, you will be penalized. I was like, damn! I just got here. How am I penalized? And why am I getting penalized? And if I do this penalized? State insurance for my daughter and me. Jobs didn't give it to you, so you had to go get it. And again, you will be penalized. You will be penalized. You will be penalized. You can go to jail. You will be penalized, and you're going to be penalized and go to jail. And you're going to jail, and you'll be penalized. A penny. You make a penny more. 2 cents more. That income changes, you better call it. You'll be going to jail for 4 minutes, and you'll be penalized, and you'll be penalized. And that's how I think about healthcare in this country. Penalized, and you'll be penalized, and you'll be penalized. And then with the insurance. If you go out of network, you'll be penalized. And you'll pay this, and then you'll pay this, and then you did this, and then you'll be punished for this, and then you'll be punished for this, and then you did this, and then this will be against you, and then you get punished. I can't wait to get that D. Do not resuscitate on me. No. No. My man and NGB done separated on his way to Aquagama. And they'll be sitting here penalizing and punishing whatever's left of me. Ain't gonna be much. So that's what it was. No, I think about when Katrina came out, and after it did its devastation, and they took all the old people to the airport from the nursing homes and stuff, and no air conditioning, and the ones that they deemed was going to separate anyway, they put on a tent. And I remember, stories just started coming to me. And I wrote them down about the people's lives. It was amazing. And back then, I was in my 50s, early 50s. Back then I was like, oh, you left them underneath there and they're by themselves and what they're doing. I wrote their whole thing, what they're laying there thinking. But now, once I get my DNR, just put me to the corner somewhere. I'm just going to put my energy out there saying, y'all come, y'all come. I'll be telling myself, yes, it's painful, but the separation is very painful. Just like having a child. And I could lay there, knowing that I'll be shipped off to Lester Gee's funeral parlor and shipped off to Ghana, back to the continent. The energies be saying to me, it's been 600 years. Some say it's been 700 years. And I said, okay. Don't worry about it. I wish I could go back like I am now, but at this age, that's not the important thing. The important thing is the resting place. So I'm supposed to be talking about passing, but I just had to let y'all know. Because as old people, all the people I knew my age that was facing this, they were miserable. They were looking at either cleaning their father's mansion in ghetto heaven or cleaning the devil's mansion. Either staying right here or go to hell. Same thing. So, let's see, where? I haven't heard from Vicki in a while. Where did she go? Gone. Oh, she's living there? Buried there. Oh! Yeah. Happy days. If this body wasn't so wonderful, I already told y'all, this body wasn't so wonderful, I'd be knocking at Lester's door next week. Getting up out of here. Because, honey, the things these half-year McCoys, I can't talk about too much because the ancestors say I'm supposed to call them cousins, and I can't do it. Let's take a break, y'all. Yeah. The ancestors say, knowing what you know, you supposed to call them cousins. And I said, ancestors. Don't y'all remember when my grandmother died and they had the cards going to her funeral and they wanted me to get in those funeral cards with them. And I was saying to myself, are y'all crazy? Y'all don't realize what y'all did with me? If I got in that car, wouldn't that hearse or cars that pulled up in front of that church, and they opened those doors, it's gonna run red. So no. I tell my ancestors I'm not calling them. Yeah, I know they mixed race. I know they're German African, Irish African, Scott African, all them Europeans mixed with African. I know that. But they have made it their business to hate me. The African side that's in them. And no, I ain't calling them no kin to me. Nope, I ain't calling them no kin to me. Nope. I ain't doing that. Nope. Because I got cousins like that. And as I told y'all, if I had gotten into that funeral car when they asked me to get in, I wouldn't be going to Ghana. I'd be going to Sing Sing. So no, I ain't calling them cousins. And getting from that point, let me tell you, the subject of passing. When I was small, my mother and them used to look at white people and they said they could tell they passing. That was a conversation. Yeah, you can tell she passing. How you know she passing? Look at her fingernails. Look at the tip of her ears. Look something about the eye. And I thought they were ridiculous. Because I'm like, no, they're just white people. And they was like, a lot of them passing. So then, I learned about how the Europeans, particularly the French Africans, the Italian Africans, they mix. No, you'd rather hate me for the mix. But anyway, Why it was so easy for them to go over there and be successful? Because a lot of them over there were passing also. They chose the European side and decided to try to birth out the African. Them too. Go back and look at their royalty. You can look at it right away and say, you can see that African blood all up in there. But to them, they don't see it. You can tell by the curly hair, a lot of things. A lot of things they cover. So, they would be passing and they would go to Europe. And I found that funny, especially when I started reading a lot of biographies, African American, especially the ones that just left. All I could think of his name, Old Man River, that guy. He was labeled a communist and chased out of here. I told y'all, Eartha Kitt and all the, and I was like, well, why is it so easy for them over there in Europe? Child, passing. Passing. It's easy for them to pass when you're around a lot of other people that's passing. Don't you get it? I'm telling you kids, when you go to the museum, you're going for the wrong reasons. Look at those pictures and see how much African traits you can pull out of them. You'll be surprised. But my mother and them, they said you could tell. And even here, I often wondered, because they used to talk about, this is my mother and them, they talked African American history. That's how you can tell if you're in an African American home. They talk African American history. We used to breastfeed their babies. I was like, they don't like us. How y'all breastfeeding the babies? Who they breastfeeding the babies? Why y'all let my people, my kids latch onto your breastises? And then it dawned, I was like, because they were passing. They knew they was getting that good African blood. That good African milk. They knew it. And they wanted the baby to survive. Ain't that something? And then they would whip around, especially during the enslavement days, then they would whip around, you are low, you're this and that. And I'm like, oh wow. Where all that hate coming from? Blood. From the blood. That's why the ancestors said I should call them cousins. And I can't. I can't. I can't. They're too vile. They're too vile. No. Their whole thing is proving they have no African blood in them. And they're so ignorant, the only way they can prove they don't have no African blood in them is to hate the Africans. Oh! Oh! I can't. Woo, y'all, that went deep. Oh, yes. I look at them Murdaughs all the time. That's when it clicked for me. When I had to look at all those South Carolina white people, I said to myself, really? Really? I can see the African all through you. You're trying to birth it out, but you're just birthing it out with other people. You think you're birthing it out, but you're just mating with other people who also have the African blood and gene in them. Instead of being proud, you hating on me. You treating me like shit. Making our ancestors life and live in hell. That's why I'm getting out of here. And I thought about that too. I know every place has wars. And every place has miserable things and stuff like that. But on this rock, the same political party that enslaved after 1776, as they say, that lie, the warden political party that took over this penal colony is still in control. And then the one that's supposed to be different is also in control. And one thing both those political parties have is that all their members carry African genes. All of them are trying to say, I'm not African, I'm not African. I'm going to kick the African. And that way I'll prove I'm not African. I have no African. You got it. You got it. You got it. Stop going to these DNA shits here and go to the ones that's outside this penal colony that'll tell you the damn truth. You go into these Mormons, they ain't never gonna say you got no African blood in you, because that's a sin. Hate the African, love the Africans' cults, love the Africans' Christianity, love the Africans' Hebrew, love the Africans' Islam, love all that stuff, but hate the African. Make it make sense. Now I know a lot of you ignorant, you don't even know it comes from there. Because the passing, that's the passing. That King James, he was a passer. He was one of them mixed race, brought up into power, and then turned. And then turned. Oh, you had the other ones too in Spain and all that stuff. They had to rewrite a lot of shit, and they did. They didn't take that hair wool out though. Oop. And every African American has ever picked up that novel called the Bible, we all find the spot that it says hair of wool. And we know it all ties back to Africa. But these ignorant cousins, oh, it's hard, I can't do it. I can't do it, ancestors. I can't call them cousins. They're too vile. They've hurt so many of us. They just set hundreds of thousands of us, especially the old ones, to be totally at the whim of this COVID, because if you had a heart murmur for 30 years and you went to the dentist, if you were African, you had to take enough antibiotics to kill every antibody in your body for the next 20 years. I did the research. 20 years. So every time you had to go get a tooth pull, fill. For me, even when I had a cleaning, they would kill all my antibodies. And then 25 years after they said, someone came and said, wait a minute, y'all got to stop doing that to the African Americans. Y'all can't be poisoned like that. And then voila, COVID hit. And then the first thing I hear, well, proportionately, more African Americans are dying than the other people proportionately. And my mind My brain said, that's all them years of killing that in your antibodies every time you went to the dentist. You got nothing. So when they said, take a shot, I was like, get the hell away from me. I don't even got something to deal with the goddamn shot. You done took over that. So no, ancestors, I'm just getting out of here, but they ain't no cousin to me, because if they was cousins, like I told you, I had my cousins down south, and they was ancestors. And when they said, they saw me walking there, stop, get in the car, for my grandma's funeral. Oh, get in the car, get in the car, get in the car. And I looked at them, my mother said in my ear, she was like, don't get in there, don't get in there. I would, so I can't call them cousins. Because even if I saw my cousins that did that to me today, I'd have to ask them to parole me to Ghana, my remains to Ghana, because I'd be in there for a long time. Because when I get hold of them cousins, okay? So that's why I'm telling the ancestors, no, I'm not claiming these beasts. They even, right now, in Congress doing some kind of beastly thing, some kind of sectioning off, some kind of send all the poison water this way, we're going to take all the blacks and put them there, and then we're going to, y'all think it's about voting, and it ain't nothing about voting. Oh, we got all this food we making up. Where to put it at? Well, we zoned all the black people over there, take all that made up fruit and take it and put it over there. Whoo, child. It is so tiresome. And I'm not calling them people's cousin, because let me tell you, I'm a good cousin. Never heard them, never did anything against them. I set a good example for them as a big cousin. Okay? But them ancestors, I could sit there and slice them up and put them through meat grinder. Ain't no cousins to me. They ain't never gonna be no cousins to me. And these penal colony villainous villains. No. No. Wouldn't lift a hand for them. Wouldn't lift a hand for them. I was stupid enough. They said, oh, thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. And the ancestor said, are you crazy? Have you lost your mind? Ain't they coming from the service and coming out and shooting these kids up? Ain't they dropping more guns and drugs? Are you crazy? I said that again. Squeeze your gut. Tuck in your elbow. Neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One for good luck. Yeah. So, no. I got a hold of those cousins. And that's what we need to do. This is what we as African Americans on this penal colony need to do. What I would do if I got hold of them ancestor cousins. These cousins on the penal colony, they're worse than that. They're lower than that. Subhuman. Not human. Scum and slime. Squeeze your gut. Tuck in your elbow. Neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 for good luck. And the festival of Thanksgiving, the festival of Thanksgiving is just good crops. Stop letting them sell you that thing about the Native Americans finding the Quakers and feeding them food, because every spot that they came in on the East Coast and the South had African prisoners of war there already. They were already set up. So this whole bullshit about, and again, you killed off all their people. You destroyed their villages. But they are going to come and give you a turkey and feast with you. Really? Really? Y'all go ahead. But I say the Thanksgiving festival because this is the harvest. And family is getting together to enjoy the harvest. And it's not because Indians say no. No. Oh, I can't wait to get off this line, man. I don't know how any country believes anything that comes out these people's mouths. Hey, like, comment, share, tell uncle, tell auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend. Subscribe. Thanks for coming on the walk. We ain't doing no reels. Of course, it's the festival and everybody's doing reels. So I'll see you tomorrow morning. Same bat time, same bat channel. Thanks for coming on the walk. Have a wonderful day. Safe travels.